So after taking a little bit of time off from Forestcraft after getting absolutely smashed by Swordcraft on ladder over and over and over, I decided that it was time to dust myself off and take another shot at it. And today I come to you with the hard-earned fruits of my labour. For in my travels, I had encountered a master Japanese Forestcraft player by the name of Diane, who made some really cool YouTube videos on how to play a Roach Forest. Really recommend his channel, by the way. It's in Japanese with an AI auto dub, but you can make out what you need to know and learn what you need to learn from it. Anyhow, he had a very interesting deck that I wanted to try out that I felt I might be able to do better on the ladder with. And this game is one of the first games I played with this deck. And wow, what a game it ends up being. So, looking at the start of the game, I'm off to a pretty solid start. I have a good starting hand. I have the ability to generate 2 fairies there with my turn 2 player, and I've got the Godwood staff there, and I've got the Rhino Roach. So, you know, I've got everything I need as far as core ingredients go to get a combo off later down the line. And May is just super useful, especially when you've got fairy generating stuff in your hand. Being able to do 3 damage to a unit for 1 mana and still get a minion on the board is really strong. So at this point I want to get Godwood Staff down. Absolute incredible card. Basically lets you draw 2 cards every single turn for 3 mana, and it lets you bounce the Rhino Roach at the end, which is just absolutely nuts. Like, it's so much value. The only downside is you do need to spend that turn 3 to set it up, but at the end of the day, he just didn't do anything there. He drew cards or something. So I just get a free evo on it. And I choose to evolve the Fairy Tamer here to get him chipping down a bit. I want to get him lower so I can get, you know, him in that range for the Roach 1-hit KO. Because you can't really KO someone from 20 HP. You can, it is technically possible, but the amount of setup and such you'd need is a bit extreme. So you really want them to be below 15 HP really. I think 14 is the magic number I hear kicking about a lot. But obviously the lower the HP, the easier they are to kill. And so you see he comes out with Greed here, which is just, you know, obviously an excellent card. He wipes my board with it. And yeah, always going to be difficult to deal with. You don't really want to be destroying the ward because obviously it's going to die at the end of the turn anyway. And I didn't really want to play the 2 mana that generates the fairy here because if I played it with an extra card down, I'd generate that 0 mana card that is so good at buffing the power of your Rhino turn. But I thought, you know what, I need to play enough cards so that I can activate Lyria's combo effect and set Gria's HP to 1, allowing me to clear it with an evo. Because I thought, I don't really want to be leaving that on the board. From my experience, it is okay to take a bit of damage from Runecraft early on, as they're not going to be able to kill you until the later turns, and it's rare that they kill you just all at once in some mad combo. But at the same time, leaving a 6 on the board to hit me for 6 is just not nice. That is a big chunk. That's like, you know, a quarter of my health. Almost a third of my health. So, you know, I used an evil plan to get around that. Now we can see they have this disgusting board. Like, look at that. That is absolutely out of order. And I'm looking at my hand and I'm thinking, wow, I don't think I have a very good way to deal with this. And don't get me wrong, I am not the best Roach player. It's such a hard deck to play. It's very strong, but it's a very high skill ceiling. So there was no doubt in my mind that there was a better way to go about this than what I did here. But using this full mana card that Diane had in his deck that I'd never seen played before, you can, with a combo of 2, deal full damage to 3 units on the board, which is really nice in a deck that doesn't have much board clear. Now, whether or not it actually changed much or helped much, I'm not really sure in the grand scheme of things, to be honest, because as you can see, there's still 3 units on the board, but I don't really have a good way to deal with more than one of them at a time, so I just super evolve. I'll leave 14 damage on the board. Now, I left 14 damage on the board because I was confident he couldn't kill me, even with me doing so. 14 damage plus Kuron Stone on the board, that's 18 damage. 19 with the chip damage from super evolve. So I knew that I was out of lethal range, but I was putting myself into, you know, an all or nothing situation because I had to kill him next turn. Like, he might not be able to kill me this turn, but if I don't kill him next turn, then I'm going to be on 1 health. Like, you know, I'm stuffed, I'm fucked. So I am now sat here racking my head like, how on earth do I go about this? Is it even possible? And I'm like, I can't think too much, I need to try. So I wasn't sure if it was possible to get the kill from this board state, but I thought, you know what, let's just start playing cards, let's just set the combo up, let's see if we can make this work. And I prayed. And As you can see, I'm looking to get down to 5 mana here, and that is so that I can play the Rhino Roach, bounce it back to my hand with Baby Carbuncle, Super Evolve Baby Carbuncle, and then play the Roach again, but trying to maximise the combo level to as high as possible before that, so I don't miss out on any damage. And here we go, I hit him for 5, and at this point I'm like, oh no, this isn't going to be enough. I don't think it's enough. And I had just about given the game away. I thought, you know what, I can't do it. I bounce it back to my hand, I Super Evolve Carbuncle, because that's going to give me the 3 mana I need to play Rhino Roach again. I get the chip damage in, and he goes down to 8, and I'm like, is it enough? Is it enough? Is it going to be enough? I play the Roach with just a tiny amount of time on the clock there. He's got 7 damage, I buff him to 8, and I have the exact lethal after being down to 1 HP versus that insanely big board with a board up on one of my first games back with Forestcraft. I hadn't used Baby Carbuncle before. I hadn't used the 4 mana that does 3 damage to everything, and it just looked so grim, and I managed to come back from that. I was really, really pleased with that. And again, don't get me wrong, not a pro Roach player, still got so much to learn, so I have no doubt at all that I misplayed at some point during the course of that game. But I was just so pleased with how that all came together. Hope you guys found that entertaining. Don't forget to send me your own replays. My friend code is in the description of the video, so you can add me in game and send those replays over so I can make videos on them. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you're enjoying the content. It just makes such a massive difference. And most importantly, have a lovely day. Good night, and God bless.